In last video we have discussed WDM categories or versions like that. Next we'll go with the Mach gender interferometer, that is MZI multiplexer. So here this is a directional coupler. This directional coupler is used as a multiplexer. It can be used as a multiplexer. We'll see how it works as a multiplexer. So here MZI, this is MZI interferometer, is used to make wavelength dependent multiplexer. You can design wavelength dependent multiplexer using MZI multiplexer. The layout of this 2 into 2 passive, this is a 2 into 2 means 2 input you have, 2 output you have. 2 into 2 passive MZI is shown in the diagram. It consisting of mainly 3 stage. It consisting of 3 stage. What are the 3 stage? First stage is 3 dB splitter. Next one is phase shifter. Third one is combiner. 3 dB combiner. We'll see how it will work. Fine. First we'll go with the 3 dB splitter. How this 3 dB splitter works and all here. Initially 3 dB directional coupler is used to split input signal. This 3 dB directional coupler, this is a 3 dB directional coupler, this one. So is used to split input signal. The middle stage in which one of the waveguide is longer by delta L to give wavelength dependent phase shift between two arms. Here you should observe that it is giving wavelength dependent phase shift. Here this is one channel and it is having the length delta L greater than this channel length. This channel length is L, but this channel is curved channel. This is having extra length of delta L. So this total length is L plus delta L. So because of this one only you will get wavelength dependent phase shift between this arm and this arm. In between these two arms you will get wavelength dependent phase shift between these two. The third stage is 3 dB coupler. This third stage, this is the third stage, this is the 3 dB coupler which combine the signals at output. It will combine the signals at the output and you can get the output from any one of the output port, from this port or from this port. Out of these port you will get output from any one of the port. Here we can see here, thus input beam is splitted. Input beam is splitted here using 3 dB splitter, and phase shift is introduced in one of the path. Here phase shift you can introduce because this path is having more length, that is extra delta L length you have. The recombined signal will be in phase at one output and output phase at other output. The output will be available in only one port. Out of these two ports output will be available in one port. From this one like this you can do multiplexing of the signal. Even though you are having two signals, two wavelength signals, but you can combine these two signal and you can transmit this one through only one optical channel. Next, whatever this MZI multiplexer we have discussed, this is explained with respect to mathematical expression. From this output port output, P out 1 will be this one, E out 1, E star out 1, P out 2 will be E out 2, E star out 2. Next, optical output power are square of respective optical output field strength. So you will get like these two expressions. from this one you will get this. So here the phase difference you have introduced at the center of this coupler, no? This much of phase difference you have introduced here. This delta is nothing but difference of path lengths. So delta L should be this much. Delta L equal to 2 eta effective 1 by lambda 1 minus 1 by lambda 2 whole raised to minus 1 by whole raised to minus 1. Delta L equal to C divided by 2 eta effective delta V here, where delta V is frequency separation of two wavelength and eta effective is effective refractive index in waveguide. Next, using these two formula you can solve the problem and you can able to calculate how much delta L you can introduce in this directional coupler. Here you can see the problem. In 2 into 2 MZI, the input wavelength are separated by 10 gigahertz. The silicon waveguide has eta effect equal to 1.5. Compute the waveguide length difference. Waveguide length difference means you have to compute this delta L. You have to compute this delta L. Using this formula, you can calculate that delta L. Next, we can have isolator. We'll see how this isolator will work. So what is the meaning of isolator? Isolator means it is like a separator. It is a non-reciprocal device. Non-reciprocal means what? You can send the signal from one direction toward another direction. From that another direction you can't send the signal back again to at first stage. Means you can send the signal from transmitter end to receiver end, but signal will not be transmitted back again from receiver to transmitter end. So there you can use this isolator. Means we'll use this isolator in this optical fiber receiver side, because you want to send the signal from transmitter end to receiver end. Signal means you are sending some light signal. This light signal should not be reflected at the receiver end, and it should not come as a reflected signal. So you are using isolator here. Here we'll see what is that and all here. An isolator is a passive. Here you can say isolator is a passive non-reciprocal device. You can send the signal from transmitter end to receiver end, not from receiver back again to transmitter end. So you can call this one as a non-reciprocal device. It allows transmission in one direction through it and blocks all the transmission in other direction. It blocks the transmission in other direction. Isolator are used in a system before optical amplifier and laser, mainly to prevent reflections. As I told you, the laser will travel from transmitter end to receiver end. At the receiver end it will be reflected. To avoid this one, you are using isolator. So here they have written lasers mainly to prevent reflection from entering these devices, otherwise performance will be degraded. So obviously here if you get a reflected signal back again to your fiber, means your fiber performance will be degraded. So you will use the isolator here. Important parameter of isolator are its insertion loss. Insertion loss means you should have maximum resistance. If insertion loss means during transmission of the signal from sender end to receiver end, this whatever the resistance you will get, that resistance should be very low. That resistance you can call this one as a insertion loss. Insertion loss means resistance. This resistance should be very less. So because of this, important parameter of isolator are its insertion loss in forward direction, means from transmitter end to receiver end.